Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Drop Top Customs. Now if you're not familiar with Drop Top Customs, they're an aftermarket upfitter from Florida and they specialize in convertible conversions. Now why is this important? Well, you might know them because back in August of 2022 at the Dodge Speed Weeks event, Tim Kuniskis, when he was the CEO of the Dodge brand, basically came out and said, hey, we're going to open up a third-party, basically an application through your Dodge dealer. If you want to have a convertible on your Challenger, make it into a convertible, you can. So what we'll do is we'll build you your car, and then we will send that car to Drop Top Customs. They will convert it to a power canvas roof car, and basically they will send it to the dealer after. So you don't have to do anything to it. It was a pretty unique program considering that Dodge really missed the opportunity on building a convertible for all these years. However, it was actually pretty popular. It was a $24,000 option, and a lot of people took them up on it, including dealers that actually were getting dealer cars. There's some of these convertibles still sitting in dealer lots right now, and it's pretty interesting. So anyways, as we're getting down, I mean, there's still 2023 models on the lot. We're going into 2025 here within the next couple days. But Drop Top Customs has, basically said, hey, we're ending production of this Challenger conversion stuff. And if you go on their website, you'll see that they've been doing Demon 170 conversions. This is the guy who owns Drop Top Customs, Jeff Moran. This is his actual Demon 170. You can go on even Racer X's channel and see it. He cut the roof off of it. Pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of sacrilegious if you're a drag racer who wants the drag racer Demon, but not many people do. But it's pretty cool. So, I mean, they've done a lot of conversions. They didn't do just Challengers. They did Chargers. They did 300s. They did GM products. They've done a whole bunch of stuff. But it was enough, their build quality and engineering down there was enough to get Dodge's attention to say, hey, we'll take them on as a third party, and basically all your warranty stuff won't be voided by them taking and putting cutting the roof off the car and putting a canvas top on it. So that's how good their quality of work is. So in this, on their website, it basically goes through and there's some interesting stuff. And mind you, I'm a little late to the game on this, but it's very interesting. So I kind of picked up on it in the last couple of days. It says, we're on our last run of converting Challengers before switching to the 2025 Dodge Chargers. Your existing Challenger is now a collectible classic. It's not too late to make it even more of a collectible, though, through Drop Top Customs. We will convert any Challenger purchased through your dealer or one that you already own to a convertible with a power canvas roof. Only a few production slots are left, so get your order in today for this last chance opportunity to increase the value of your collectible. All right. So yeah, they're doing the final run, but what it says is they're doing 2025 Dodge Chargers. Now I thought that was pretty interesting, and I try to keep up on social media. There's so much stuff going on social media. I missed something last month. Drop Top Customs actually posted teaser images of their Charger Daytona build. Now keep in mind, it's not done. It's far from being done. And there's a lot of work that goes into this program. But what it sounds like is that Dodge has sent them a Charger Daytona to develop. And it sounds like Dodge is going to keep them on as a third-party outfitter, that this program will go on, because if they're sending them cars to work on, obviously there's some kind of factory partnership there. So given that the package was so popular, with enthusiasts, it sounds like Direct Connection is going to continue this on for the Charger Daytona and Charger 6-pack. So let's take a look at some of their pictures. I posted some of them on Mopar Insiders, but this car here is a Scat pack version. We can tell by the seats when you see the aerial picture. Now keep in mind, not everything is perfect on this car. Again, it's a prototype. It's not a final product. They haven't announced when they're going to open orders or anything, but this car looks really cool from what we see. Now keep in mind, this is the biggest keep in mind part of the whole thing, is the new Charger Daytona is a hatchback car. So it's not like the outgoing Challengers where you had a trunk and then you could work in front of it. They have to completely re-engineer the whole rear end of the car. So basically, the hatch is gone, and now you have a trunk. And this trunk is actually bigger than the actual little short hatch area that we see on the back of the car. We actually get a full-size trunk. So it's very interesting. But you'll notice in some of the photos that the lines don't meet up on the trunk space yet. But don't bash it yet, because again, this is a prototype. They're engineering it. I'm sure they got tons of kinks to work out before Dodge and even them sign off on it. So, but it's a cool thing to see that how good this car can look as a convertible. I mean, this car looks really good as a convertible. Like this shot here, you can kind of see the Coke bottle lines of the new Charger, which I absolutely love. That was one of my favorite things about this new Charger. It's so wide, like it's an actual wide body car, where you get to see these Coke bottle lines that go under the mirror in the front. It looks phenomenal from this 3/4 angle. Now, again, you can see the little gaps where the trunk is, because they're going to have to take and fabricate this new trunk design and get molds built for it and everything and get it stamped out. It's going to be a lot of work. So I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that $24,000 price tag because of all the work, unless Dodge is going to pour some money into it with them to help them engineer something. But it's pretty interesting that you're going to be able to get a Charger still with a trunk too. But from the front, we see that it's still in a prototype stage. So the top is a little weird shaped, and I'm sure they're working on that too to make it a little more sleek. And I'll be honest with you, most of these cars, when they have their tops up, they don't look as sleek as what they do with them down. So, but we can see here that it'll go up over the second row and connect to the front, no problem. Again, they're going to have to re-engineer the whole rear of this car, so it's going to be a lot of work on their hands to actually figure it out. But again, it looks really good on this Bludacious paint job. This is the first time we've seen Bludacious other than the pictures that Dodge has posted, so this is kind of cool too in a way. This is very close to like a B5 blue color, but a little bit different, but pretty close to it. The really interesting picture that we get is this aerial picture of it. Now the rear top where the canvas top and the power mechanisms are hidden is quite big. And we're sure that they're going to work on something to kind of make it flow a little bit better. But if you look at that trunk lid, you can see how much higher it sits. So they're going to have to really engineer that out, and that's going to be the big focus of the design. But other than that, it doesn't look that bad. It keeps all the interior lower panels for the rear seat. And, their caps seem like they're a little big. But if you've seen any of the conversions that they build for the current Challenger and their build quality and stuff, it's going to be good. So, like I said, this is just a prototype. It was just a teaser thing that they posted on social media. You can see the social media post here. Jeff Moran wrote, it's about time to introduce the new drop-top Daytona. What do you think? And again, it's just engineering stuff. So it's not... the car's not finished by in any means. There's been no date of when they're going to release the car, to open up ordering for the package for it. There's been no pricing. There's been nothing like that. But guaranteed that this program will be probably continued through direct connection, and Drop Top Customs will be for sure building these cars probably not that long after launch, I would assume. The launch of the cars have been pushed back, and now we're hearing that the first batch of Charger Daytonas are going to be hitting dealers probably in January. So we should see these cars probably open up ordering for this convertible package probably in the first quarter, late first quarter sometime. But again, prototype only. This isn't one of the cars that's going to be sold. It's just them working on components and fabricating and engineering. So they got some work to do. These pictures were taken in November, if that helps. So I'm sure the car's come a long way since then. But it's definitely a different look for the Charger Daytona. Makes it look really sleek from that 3/4 proportion. I don't know. I really like it. I think it's going to be kind of a popular option for those living down south and that. And then you got to remember too is, this car's all-wheel drive and it's heavy and it's expensive. But there's a gas engine car coming. The new 6-pack model's coming, halfway through the year. We're also going to see, late in 2025, we're going to see a rear-wheel drive only model of the GT Daytona come to market. That's going to have just rear-wheel drive, so it's going to have one motor. We're hearing somewhere around 300 horsepower with that thing, but it should have pretty decent range considering it'll have the same battery pack, but only one motor compared to the RT and the Scat pack. So you might be able to get one of those pretty reasonably priced, considering how expensive the RT is, probably within maybe the $40,000 range, and then have it sent down there and have them build it into a convertible. So that would be probably a popular option for those living down south or out west on the West Coast. So a lot of possibilities. I'm happy to see that at least Dodge is sending them cars, and if they're going to continue this program, that means that they're really trying to like focus on bringing more people into the brand that really want that convertible. So again, I'm really looking forward to the 6-pack model. So a 6-pack version of this car will be killer. 550 horsepower. It'll be awesome with a convertible. So, all right. So make sure to hit subscribe. Check out Mopar Insiders on a daily basis, and we'll be following this for sure because this is a very interesting deal going on, and hopefully Dodge will say something, or maybe Drop Top Customs will say something in the next month. So, all right. See you in the next video. Bye.